Hi everyone, it's Kasia from Tarot Map, and this is June favorites video. I've got a mix of things this time, not only tarot cards, but I just want to share what I was passionate about this month. Let's start with books. I did get, because of Lisa from Tarot Alchemist, the Tarot for the Healing Heart. I haven't read it all yet, but I've done some of the spreads and I did read a lot of this book, and I actually really enjoy this part of the book when she goes through the cards from this kind of health or holistic perspective, how you can use the cards as a life lesson, how you can use it as life wisdom, and this is she gives you actions to support the healing process and gives you some questions you can ask to each card. I think this is gorgeous and I really enjoy it. There's quite a few cool ideas in this book, so I actually think this book, I wasn't surprised to like it a lot based on Lisa's excitement about it, and I'm happy that I got this one. Another one I was playing with was Healing with Astrology with Marcia Stark. It's quite an old book for me. I got it a long time ago. And this is like a mixture of things. So this has like astrology, some herbal stuff, some crystals, some flower essences. It's all like mishmashed and combined. So for example, for different signs of the zodiac, you have different herbs. For different, there are different colors and what you can do with it. So it's like a little bit of everything. It's not a very in-depth book, but I liked to. I used it in June to like inspire myself and get some little snippets of stuff. Here you've got like also planets and crystals that go with the energy of a certain planet. So it's quite an old book, well known to some, and for some might be new, but by Marcia Stark. The other one I was and am still enjoying is The Dynamics of the Unconscious, and this is psychological astrology. This one I would not recommend for people who don't know astrology, just because they like lectures in astrology but with different twists. So these are 3 lectures. One is about astrology and psychology of aggression, another one is about depression, of 4 lectures. The third one is the quest for the sublime and alchemical symbolism in the horoscope. So these are like kind of higher level for somebody who already knows astrology. But if you're interested in astrology and you're learning, I think you can still enjoy this book. This is by Liz Green. She was one of the creators of the Mythic Tarot. And Howard Sesportas, he unfortunately is dead because he died in an accident, but he left behind him quite an extensive work for astrological students. The International Ephemerides. As you can see, this is about where we are now. I use this quite a lot, and maybe here is a good moment to say what I do. My favorite type of readings for people is to mix astrology and tarot, and it seems like I'm kind of being drawn into the direction of helping people to connect to their life purpose and to their potential, which you can read from astrological chart, and then also, you know, like ask cards to add another layer to it. Or a Soma tarot is great for it too, but also just regular tarot decks. So this is something which I kind of keep evolving with and fine-tuning over time through having more and more experience with clients and seeing what's needed the most. But if you're interested in a reading like this, you can just drop me a line or write me an email. and I can give you more information about it. And another book, this was one of my first astrology books. This is Astrology Step by Step by Linda Reid. And this one, especially what I loved here in June, was the moon phases. Also, I was reminding myself about like moon phases in astrological chart, because you can check in the chart what phase of the moon you were born in. Like I was born in a balsamic moon phase, so in the dark moon just before the new moon, and each phase has a special quality to it of energy, and this greatly influences also how you experience how you experience life and see it. And the last book which I really enjoyed was The Ball of Light, and this is about Hawaiian shamanism, and then this is by Hank Wesselman, and forward is by Sandra Ingerman. This is interesting book if you're interested in this type of what is it? If you're interested in Hawaiian culture, because he is a white guy, obviously, but he lived and lives in Hawaii, and he got in touch with a lot of Hawaiian kunas elders, and he wrote about his experiences of it. And I am very kind of cautious when I go for books like this recently, just because a lot of people use native cultures and then kind of make money based on what they learn from native people, even though I'm kind of into minds, because I think it's worth spreading the knowledge, but then in a way native people have nothing from it. So, but he seems like a quite honest guy, so I'm kind of liking this book. I've read half of it, and we'll be doing more of it. Okay, anything else? I just wanted to share also some essential oils, because I got this one from TK Maxx and it smells so good. It's lemon and Spanish rosemary and petitgrain. It's just refreshing and kind of like sparks you up. Again, my favorite ever, vetiver. I really love it. And a tiny little one, lotus oil. It's also gorgeous. It's very kind of in India shop smell. Okay, and from my favorite cards and books, my card for the month was King of Cups. And I can say that this month was quite emotional in general. You know, when you have different types of period, well, this month, my kind of PMS, which I sometimes don't have at all, sometimes I do, it depends on the month, but this month was quite like full on. I thought I'm going to kill someone, kill myself, or maybe just jump out of my roof. Like, it was a bit like driving me nuts. So I felt this King of Water and the power of emotions coming up from the surface, you know. As this is a king, I was obviously being tested and asked to kind of learn to have a great channel, you know, like a great vase and container for all my emotions. Thank God I've got a great husband, and I'm easy to express my emotions and try not to, like, you know, shuffle them on everyone outside of me. But it was quite challenging this month. It was a creative month as well. With the summer solstice, I made quite, for me, powerful batch of wands. They all sold right now. There's maybe one or maybe a few left, which I haven't shown yet, but I also connected some storm water, which was wonderful. So this kind of watery energy, but quite vibrant and sparkling, not the soft, you know, flowing energy, that was present with this King of Cups this month. And off to my favorite decks now. So definitely one of my very favorite deck this month was Le Marseille Blue by Joe from 282 Tarot. It's this handmade version, and I've shown a whole like walkthrough and flip through this deck. So if you want to see it, just head over. I will link it below. I've done quite a lot of readings with it for clients, for myself, and it's very cool. Another deck that I really enjoyed during the month of June and got to know a bit better is the Dark Days Tarot. I was doing a Tarot Seekers challenge on Instagram with this deck, and you know that you can read this deck in 4 positions, and that's how I was trying to see how this positioning of the cards helps with getting to know the energy of the card and if it plays any difference. And I have to say it's a little bit difficult to get used to this deck and reading it like this. It's a great deck, I really like it, but I think I still have to practice a little bit longer with it to see how much that position really plays out in my life. So I keep drawing dailies from this deck and, you know, checking the positions if I can see any difference or if it's just the pure archetype of a card in general. I love this one. That's maybe because I lived in Australia for so long and I can see an Aboriginal man. So this deck is quite, not a challenge, it's an interesting challenge. It's a bit different to read because you have to notice the subtle energy difference, so it's a little bit more kind of zooming in than with other tarot decks. So I will still keep working with this one just to see how else I can play with it. Another one which was really amazing in June for me was the La Corte dei Tarocchi, or Tarocchi, I'm not sure how to pronounce this, but yes, this kind of stack of bookmarks. It's a deck that I personally love, and I love it for the feel it gives me when I hold it, for how the cards work together, for the colors, and because it's a Marseille type deck or a Pip type deck, because it's a little bit different from Marseille and decks. Even the pips are positioned a little bit different. So yeah, La Corte dei Tarocchi, it's beautiful and I love this one. I also played for myself with the Serpent Fire Tarot, and I find it so much kind of more encompassing than, for example, the Star Child Tarot. I still haven't gotten to love the Star Child Tarot. I love how it looks, I love the feel of it, I love how the cards are made, but I like this deck better because it's more, it has more cards that are a little bit varied, so it is also cosmic and out there, but I can see different elements, I can see a better mix of elements for me. In Star Child sometimes it's just all too airy, but I'm going to play with Star Child again, and you know, I'm not giving up on it just yet. And the book for the Serpent Fire Tarot is quite good too. I really like it. Another one which surprised me so much and surprises me every time I do it, I always pull before client reading some cards for it, and every time I'm blown away with this deck. This deck is stunning. This is one of my favorite cards from this deck, and I'm not a big fan of Seven of Coins, please, I'm not patient, definitely, but I love this deck. So yes, Aquarian Tarot 1993 edition. It's gorgeous. And I love this deck. And it became like a daily and regular playing partner for me. I also got to play with the Lavish Earth Oracle and the Sacred Creators Oracle. I just used the box from the Wild Unknown Mass Edition and put the Sacred Creators Oracle there. And this is like beautiful deck. It's so well made. It's made like Starchild Tarot exactly. And it goes so well with nearly every deck that I have. So Chris Ann did a great job by kind of choosing the colors, and because they're not overbearing, they're quite pastel-y and beautiful, they really go with a lot of decks. Like they go wonderfully with the Lacquer, the Tarocchi. They go great with Fountain Tarot, like amazing. And I saw it on Instagram. Oh my god, what's this channel's name? I'm sorry, I can't remember now, but somebody on Instagram was posting the Sacred Creators Oracle with Fountain Tarot, and they go so well together. Maybe I just show you one card. Let me just pull one and one. For example. Like they energetically just like sisters. It's beautiful, and the fountain colors and the Sacred Creators Oracle colors, it's amazing. And so let me pull for us one card from the Lavish Earth Oracle, just to read you a little quote that comes with each card, because I found it really cool. And this is, by the way, Kelly's fault. Kelly from Truth in Story. She turned me onto this oracle. And Apophyllite came up. I love Apophyllite and have quite a few pieces. So above all, be true to yourself. And if you cannot put your heart in it, take yourself out of it. And this is about honesty, integrity, and emotional release. Emotional release, I take that for June. Thank you. And there is also one more deck that I received, and it's the Invisible Light Tarot. Thank you so much, you know who, for sending it to me. And this is the King of Water. I didn't feel so relaxed, but I get the feel of it. And I find this deck very strange. Okay, I will do the review of it, but some of the cards feed the traditional meaning quite well. I mean, it's a totally different deck, but some of the cards you can kind of follow, and some of the cards I cannot follow very well. This one is great. But for example, Knight of Water. Really? Apparently she did the pictures and photos before she did the deck. So what I'm going to do now is to try and search for emotion behind the picture, not so much for what the picture is showing and how it's, you know, portrayed. This one would be more to me like Knight of Pentacles or something, but I'm going to see what it feels like when I look at the image, and maybe then I will connect to some of the cards more, because some are amazing, really beautiful, like, you know, Page of Water, you get it, but Knight of Water, like, why? Wheel of Fortune, really cool. This deck is kind of stunning how it looks. The photographs are beautiful. It's very kind of soulful and artistic, and it goes really well with Sacred Creators Oracle. You can check on my IG. Some of the cards are really amazing. I love this Queen of Air. And the Empress is so beautiful. Ten of Fire, you know, you get a lot of them. Page of Earth. This one is quite scary. Ace of Air. I'm not sure if I'm, you see, and similar. Death is very beautiful. So I'm playing with this deck because I received it at the end of the month, like a week ago, and this is now like on my, you know, daily draws, and I'm trying to connect it with other decks and see how it works for me and what messages I get from it. And the last deck that was a present companion throughout June for me is the Orasoma Tarot. I keep using this deck for readings and it really surprises me more and more and more. It's a great system altogether with the bottles and all the psychological approach and spiritual. So yeah, Orasoma Tarot, another month. It is part of my favorites, and also thank you to Krishna Priya for sending this one. Okay, my friends, so I think that's it. Thank you for watching, and I will speak to you soon. Bye!